Just when you think the rabbit hole is coming to an end, you get to a point and you see just how deep this rabbit hole really goes. And everything you thought you knew just completely goes out the window, and you are even more confused on everything. Oh my God. A lot of people are saying that this information is now debunked because of a recent announcement led by Ren. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, last night during a live stream with Chicken and myself, we were going over the Ren document, only to get insider information from a whistleblower that the document, Ren's revision document, was no longer being worked on, and the person credible for saying this is none other than Kat herself. For needed context, Ren and Kat were working on this revision document together for whatever reason, even though I thought that Ren didn't like Kat, but it's undisputable that at a certain point, and from screenshots that show the two interacting with one another, that yes, in fact, Ren and Kat were working on this revision together. That is indisputable. I'll give a little benefit of the doubt here and say that Kat isn't the most trusted source in the world. However, I'm going to take somebody's first-hand account on what they think is happening with the revision document more than anybody else. And considering that we haven't gotten a word from Ren, only just recently did we address an elephant, one of many that stand in a herd behind you, it doesn't look good. And the funny thing is this also isn't the first time that you've gone back on something you said you were not going to do. Remember that rabbit hole I was talking about? Well, what if I told you that the initial response and counter document written by Zeal goes all the way back to December 20th, 2025, as he knew for a minute that Ren was working on a document and went ahead as, I guess, a failsafe to create some sort of document to defend himself if inevitably, and I quote, Ren does something stupid. While I would love to read off this document and show you guys what it contains, it has a lot of unredacted information in it with people who wanted to be anonymous. So out of respect for those people, I will not be reading off this document, and I'm going to find a way so that I can release this document so that the people who want to be anonymous can stay anonymous, because I do want to respect their privacy. So that being said, and kind of taking the bits and pieces of this document that is technically a first response from Zeal, we can see that there is an instance back in October where Ren was planning on writing a document but decided against doing it, only to change her mind later in December, I imagine, that she was going to go forward with this document, to which Zeal then came out to prepare this as a failsafe of sorts. We can even see that under this screenshot, there's text confirming that the song that Ren made for Zeal on November 11th is in fact around that time, because we can see right here Zeal confirming it with the October 28th, 2025. You know, he made a song about the encounter referring to Ren and sent it. I have not listened to the song and will not be listening to it. So confirms that the song was in fact written around that time, even though the dates are a little swapped up, but still around the same general time frame. I know this is a lot of trust me, bro, especially on this regard that this document is real, but judging off of what Ren has even confirmed that the person saying that the document was no longer written is in fact Kat, shows that the source that I am using is trustworthy. The source that I'm using is not Kat. I don't know who the source is. I'm not going to pretend like I know who the source is. I can narrow it down, but that's not what I'm here to do. This person is providing me actual factual information, so I don't think it's a stretch to say that this document is real. But to wrap it all around and to pack it into a nice, beautiful box with a neat bow, what I want to talk about from this document is the fact that Ren at one point said she wasn't going to release a document, but then changed her mind later down the line. How the fuck can we trust you that you are still working on this document? There's just so much back and forth with everything. Like, I don't know who to trust anymore. If this document really is coming out, if Kat should be trusted, if she shouldn't be trusted, it makes no fucking sense. Like, this entire situation is such a clusterfuck of everything, and it's just... Like, Jesus, dude, can we just fucking can we screw our heads on straight? Guys, I don't even know at this point. Like, I genuinely don't. There's so much shit that I thought I knew, and now that I don't. So, take this information as what you will. I mean, Honestly, I have no idea. Do I think the document's coming out? I don't know. Personally, I don't know. Judging off of what's happened in the past, it might eventually come out, but it might be months from now. There's no telling. But there's always that glimmer of hope. It might exist. It might, but there's no telling anymore at this point. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning into my TED Talk. Fucking God. But yeah, that's going to do it all for today. See ya.